Brady, how you feeling, buddy?
I feel good. I'm really close getting there healthy, back into playing both sides of the ball in the scrimmages. It's fun being back out there. Missed a lot of time. So
Yeah.
it's fun. You know how I am. I like to get out there and play.
Take us through that last year, just kind of what it was and how did you get over it? Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I went all the way to the highs from starting opening day to the lowest of the lows to not playing for like 50 games. So, I mean, really trying to show up to the park and how can I contribute that day? Just showing up with a good attitude, just being positive. If I can help feed the machine to the catchers that are catching that day, I'm doing it. If I can, if they need whatever, if they need a new glove because they're broke, going and get them, stuff like that. Just how can I contribute the day when I showed up to the park?
His back issues? Is that what it was?
Yes, sir. It was back.
Was it anything that y'all had fixed, or was it just time?
Just time, yeah. Just one of those things where it needs a lot of time to heal. So.
Kind of take me through. What was it? Like just locked up on you, or what?
Yeah, it's just I don't want to go too far into it, but it was just like just back injury.
And you re-aggravated the kick too, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. How was that? How tough was that? Because it seemed like you were getting some bats down there.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, I had some success up there for the 4 games I played, but it's just part of it, I mean, sometimes it's not all going to go your way, so it happens.
And what's been the process of sort of like readjusting your body and kind of creating those new neural pathways? So something
Yeah,
like that.
just attacking things I was weak at, just like core strength, maybe oblique, glutes, all that kind of stuff, just attacking some of the muscle groups I maybe was weak at or tight in or had some stress there. So,
Just what were you able to kind of soak up, I guess, during that run last year where you weren't playing? Just mental reps or just watching other guys that were out there playing? Just what were you able to learn, I guess, about the run you guys played?
yeah, I mean, the mental reps is a good point. Like, I mean, what are those guys? How are they acting when when there's 30,000 fans on them? How they like bounce back from failure or success. Like watching guys like Gabe Beloso, like just how he carries himself every day. Whether he's hitting really good or hitting really good all year, but just kind of like how those guys carry themselves when they're high and low. So.
And then just, kind of into the fall and really this last couple of months, Jan kind of told us that he's been toying with the idea of you playing some infield, playing outfield. Just where have you kind of been set up outside of catcher, and just what are kind of the intricacies of going into playing, pretty much all over the field and being kind of a to-do-it-all kind of player for the team?
Yeah, I mean, I've practiced a lot in infield. I mean, wherever he puts me, I'll play. Since I was young, I've always played everywhere, wherever the coach put me. So, I mean, it's just something that's kind of comes second nature. I mean, wherever he wants to put me that day, that's where I'm going to say yes, sir, and play there. So.
Where have you been? I'm sorry. Just
third base, second base. I mean, if he'll put me in the outfield, I'll play. It doesn't matter to me. So.
How much experience do you have with those positions, particularly the second and third?
Yeah, that's all I played. Mostly my younger high school years. So played a lot of infield growing up, travel ball, all that kind of stuff. So, and then I've always kind of, even last year when I was getting back healthy towards the end of the year, I'm sure y'all saw I was shagging in the outfield or taking ground balls out there. So it's always something I kind of just play around.
I don't want to say it's been tough for you, but has it been tricky at all trying to manage, trying to catch up with at bats, work in the infield, catch, and like what's it been sort of managing all those different things?
Yeah, it's tough. Coach does a really good job with that. I mean, anytime I'm short on at bats, he'll get me an at bat here or there. Where we're doing live ABs, right when we got back, he put me in a couple groups, kind of like LSU with Tommy, so I could get my numbers, see some pitches, back and all that kind of stuff. And on the catching side, it's just catching pens, like just getting to be familiar with guys like Gage, who I haven't caught before, like leading up to the season. So just catching their pens, catching their live OBs, that kind of stuff.
Have they tried to be careful with how much they're throwing at you just because you're coming back from injury?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I was on like swing counts. I can only catch one pin here, one pin there, that kind of stuff. So I'm on all the rules and regulations you can think of right now.
Brady, you're part of a group of sophomores who've played. Some guys kind of dipped their toe in the water a little bit. That it seems like, not to put pressure on you guys, but it seems like the success of the season is going to be how much can these guys play and contribute in the lineup. Do you kind of feel that way? Or
I just go out there and play my game, have fun. I feel like if you want to put pressure on yourself, there's a thousand reasons to put pressure on yourself here. But if you just want to play your game, have fun, like don't really worry about that. Just kind of be focused on what you can do that day, and one pitch at a time, as Coach says. Just focus on that one pitch and get to the next. So.
Tell me about the staff. You know, obviously depth is something that jumps out with this. What do you see in these guys?
Yeah, they're good. I mean, it's deep for sure. These guys are real. Guys like Gage, Justin, I mean, Thatcher, stuff is just crazy. Luke, all these guys are just, they got really good stuff. So, I mean, I think everybody's gonna be really impressed with our staff and how deep it is for sure.
You talked about like those four that you rattled off are probably frontline guys. What we would consider frontline guys. What are the middle, inning kind of guys? Is that quality stepped up as well?
Yeah, I don't think it drops off at all. You got like Griffin doing the College World Series, Javen Coleman's back. I mean, you can go to Aiden Moffitt's made a huge jump, DJ Primo. You can just go down to Guidry. We got dudes on dudes in the pen. So.
You kind of talked about the mental aspect of an injury like that. Who were some of the people that maybe helped you through that, or you kind of leaned on the most during that time?
Yeah, I mean, Thatcher's helped me out a lot. Guys like Cade with the knee and everything. So just those guys, like the older guys that have been through it and had success after. So those guys really helped me out.
I mean, what kind of things did you learn from them?
Just like try to be positive. It's kind of like if you want to put pressure, you can be negative about everything. That's not going to do anything for you. It's just going to make you feel sorry for yourself, and nobody wants to hang out with somebody who feels sorry for themselves. So just being positive, just being happy, fun, and enjoy the things that you can.
Jason, when you got hurt, he didn't tell you, watch everything Cade was.
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what he was talking about when he told you that, or you realize that after you watched Halo? Well, this is why he told me this.
I mean, as soon as he said that to me, I immediately watched all of his batting practice, stuff like that, and it really helped me out a lot. Just some of the swing mechanics, how he gets his foot down early, all that kind of stuff. Mental game, just the guy's even keel. He hits a homer against Florida to win that game pretty much, and he's the same person after the game, whether if he punched out 3 times, he's just always in character, and he's a great person.
Was it that? Do you think I think what Ron's asking? Did you see the adversity that Cade was fighting through and see that was the message that he was trying to?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he'd been through a big injury. He was supposed to start that year. I'm pretty sure, from what I've heard, he was supposed to start that year and had kind of a freak injury before the season, like before the first game, and so. I mean, that's kind of something I had in common with him. We're both playing, every day, and kind of had big injuries, and we're out for the rest of the season. Kind of just had to sit back and watch and take away some of the positive things, like I said.
I know you said you're feeling better. Just what are some of the things maybe that you have to do to maybe manage this to make sure that it doesn't pop up again? I mean, is there specific workouts or just treatments that you're going through to make sure that this kind of stays away?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Mag does great work in there. All my strength stuff is modified for me, and I do a lot of core, just strengthening stuff. Less normal weights as I would do, less barbell stuff as I would normally do, which is, it's good. I feel really good. It's kept me in the right spot. So, yeah, just a lot of core work. Just hanging out with Isaac in there, getting right in the training room, and trusting what Coach Mack gives me that day.
That's your ability. How much work are you actually doing in the infield? Is it once or twice a week, or what's sort of the workload there?
Yeah, once or twice a week. It's hard right now too because I'm catching scrimmages too. So we're just trying to, and while we're trying to make sure I'm feeling good and keeping my workload where it needs to be.
Getting
So
bats.
yeah, so it's kind of it's a tough little thing to handle, but coach is on top of it. He's 5 steps ahead of any of us or me, So he's thinking about the future.
What do you like working about with Coach Yeski?
I like him a lot. He's really good. He helps me out a lot. He's first one to tell me when I'm doing good, and that was a good job. And then it's good too. When I mess up, he's like, hey, does it the right way. Kind of just comes to me one-on-one and says, hey, you need to do this way or something like that. It really helps out a lot.
Are there any, I guess, notable differences between working with him and working with Wes Johnson from last year? I'm not saying it's good or bad, but just curious if there's any compare and contrast a little bit there.
They're both similar. They're super even keel. That was whether I have a pass ball with both coaches, they're both, they don't flip out on me. They kind of just say, hey, we know you're better than that. Let's go right here, next pitch type thing. So I'd say they're very similar more than they're different. They're both some of the best coaches in the country for sure.
What's Thatcher like? He's pretty quiet with us. What is he like as a dude? And how have you seen him grow since kind of really blooming last year?
Yeah, he's grown a ton. I think he's grown a lot, mentally. he's a good dude. He's hilarious. You know, he's one of the best guys in the clubhouse. But just like how he handles like failure and success. I mean, that guy he's a Cade Beloso now. You know, he's the same. You know, whether he has a good outing or bad outing, he's the same guy every day. So it's awesome to see him grow, and I'm extremely happy to see what he's going to do this year.
Is there an aspect of your game at the plate that you want to improve on for this season?
I mean, yeah.
In the batter's box, I mean.
Yeah. I feel like we could. I mean, I feel like I can always improve on everything, you know, whether I hit for power, contact, walk, strikeouts. I mean, I'm always trying to get better with everything, and so my first step to all that is kind of working with Chief and getting my foot down early so I can see the pitch. You know, that's something. There was a couple times last year where I was late on pitches I should normally drive, and so just getting my foot down and being on time. When I'm on time, I hit really well. So.
What have you learned from Hayden? It's just hanging around and watching him work, and last year come out off an injury and come really well, and then this year kind of step up as a leader. What do you kind of put up from him?
Yeah, he's a great teammate. Great. There's a reason he wears number 8. You know, everybody loves him and Alex. They're great leaders and they're good people. That's what makes them. They're easy to root for. Like when I was hurt, I mean, it was genuinely fun watching him succeed. You know, he's had a lot of injuries, and so that made it even, you know, made it even better for him. You know, he's been through a lot, and so it's nice to see him really being probably one of the best hitters in the country for sure.
Is it easy for him to be a leader? You know, he's so kind of out there and vocal.
Yeah, I mean, he's easy to follow for sure. He's been there and he's done it. You know, I mean, I'd say it's hard to follow somebody who hasn't done a lot of stuff, but that's the opposite when you're getting Hayden. You know, he's hit 400 in league play. He's hit over 10 homers. He's caught in the College World Series. Him and Alex kind of, I mean, after I got hurt, they really took hold of that staff and did a really good job, and part of the big reason that we won it all. So.
Is Milazzo kind of like a coach on the team?
I mean, they both are. They're old guys. You know, they've been here for a while. They both kind of take in those roles, like helping out the pitchers, like bump plays. You see it. You know how we do it. They're hey, you got to get over on this. Left-handed hitter, hey pitcher, you got to get over. I mean, they for sure have taken on a little bit of a kind of a coaching role, helping out all the younger guys, and still even me too.
Good. Thanks, Brady.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Brady.